public service announcement. It's being brought to you part by the good folks that support the dope. It's told by D2G and Red Young. Ladies and gentlemen, now it's on with something like a phenomenon. It's food for thought for those starving through Ramadan. Nothing less than the best, that's what you rockin' with. So take notes on this newness, cause you'll be jockin' in. Fresh of the bunch, plenty game that we put you on. Fashion, music, we give it to the goods gone. Keeping up with the time, so you'll be in the know. Nothing but exclusives, heads up on who's next to blow. It's only dopeness we give to the masses. And promise guaranteed, ain't no pushing the whackness. So say your theatrics for plays if you've been a hater. Plus the lovely Carly Brown's your facilitator. Lead the water when we bring that fire. Here's the industry biz #1 supplier. Boy, them other stations don't want no smoke. Keep your ears tuned in and support the dope. Yeah, looking at my clock and it's about that time. 7:30 Central when we hit online. And we coming to you live from the Ghost. So tell your people settle in and support the dope. Yeah, looking at my clock and it's about that time. 7:30 Central when we hit online. And we coming to you live from the Ghost. So tell your people settle in and support the dope for sure.
You are now tuned in to Support the Dope Radio, which was designed to give a platform to the best, most talented, and dopest artists in the city of Chicago and equip them with the power to tell their own story in their own words. Today is Tuesday, February 21st, 2017, and you are listening to Season 2, Episode 3. I am your host, your girl CB, aka CB Radio, if you didn't know. And last week we had veteran MC Phenom on the show. And tonight my guest is yet another veteran, but this time he's a DJ. He's done events for the likes of Kanye West, Jay-Z, and Common, and shared the stage with icons like DJ Jazzy Jeff, DJ Clue, and Kid Capri. Most recently, he has been named the official DJ for the Chicago Bears, and he's also been featured on Sirius XM's Shade 45, The Drive, Sway in the Morning, and Hot 97 FM in New York. He is certainly a child of hip-hop, all grown up. He is the official Get Busy, illanoise, Go Ill or Go Home, Chicago's very own iLLa.
Yo, that sounded like a DJ who knows what he's doing.
But yeah.
That sounded like a real important resume right there.
That is a real important resume. And that was only...
And I was like, huh, interesting. All right. What's up, Carl?
But that's you. What up, Jay? That's you. And that was only like the abridged version of the resume. It goes much longer. But, I thought that was a pretty good representation to start off with.
Yeah, I guess I do all right, man. For a little hip hop dude for a DJ with a day job, I should say.
But good. I'm glad you joined us tonight. How you feel today?
I'm doing good, man. Thank you for having me. Support the dope. I appreciate that you think I'm even dope enough to be on here. Somebody
Absolutely.
might think differently,
Well, they're not important right now.
Everybody's important. All lives matter.
Sure.
Don't get me. I'm just playing.
Okay.
I'm just playing.
I was like, here we go.
No, I'm just playing. Go ahead, though.
But you have been busy though. As I said, I've already kind of talked about some of that, playing for the Bears, the radio shows, appearances you've made. You've also been you've been doing something with Spotify. Is that right?
Well, when they do events in Chicago, I get the call. So, for example, the last thing I did with Spotify was Lollapalooza weekend. They did a couple of spin classes at Soul Cycle, and I DJ'd both events that they had there.
Mhm. Well, that's dope.
So,
How did the Chicago? Because I'm a Chicago Bears fan. I'm not a Fairweather Chicago Bears fan. Even when they are the Bad News Bears, I am still a Chicago Bears girl. How was it when you got the call, or was it a call? How did the Chicago Bears thing happen? Did someone find you, or did you have to submit something to be considered, or what?
Well, the person that pulled the trigger on that worked with my manager for about 2 years. So I really didn't know what was going on. whenever my manager is working on something big, he kind of keeps me in the dark until it pans out or it doesn't.
Right.
This one just happened to pan out, and I got the call. I got the go-ahead call, and I was in Canada for Carabana, and I was like, oh, well, all right then. And, I knew for about 2 weeks before we announced it, which was the Family Day game. So that was my first time being there in the capacity of being a DJ. So I knew for a while before that, and it was a long time in the making. We'll just say that.
Was this your first time having a DJ like outside, like in the cold, or have you done that before?
I had DJ'd outside in the cold before, and believe it or not, that was for the NFL when we did the NFL draft this past year.
Oh, that's right. I remember that.
I DJ'd the red carpet, and it was cold and rainy. And that was the first time I had DJ'd out in the cold. But it wasn't anything like that Sub-Zero day that I was outside in Soldier Field. That was next level. Yeah,
I definitely thought about you that day.
Yeah. I'm sorry, say that again, Carla?
I said I definitely thought about you that day. Because I wouldn't have been out there.
That wasn't, well, I mean, if they told you, you would be.
Okay, that's true.
You would be. You know,
this is true.
I'm definitely not at a level where they're going to tell me, like, hey, you're going to DJ out here. And I'll be like, nah, no, I'm not. And they're going to keep that job. No. You'll be humble real fast. You want me to DJ where?
Right.
All right, cool. Let's do it.
I'll be there with bells on. Yeah, so...
I don't know about the bells. More like gloves. I'll be there with gloves.
Okay, gloves will work, you know, especially the ones with the full fingers in there. Because you have to use your fingers.
Yeah, man. And I, like, every now and again I would take my my gloves off to spin. I thought I would blend a lot, but that's just, you know, I started feeling it. So the gloves came off, the big coat came off, and, you know, and I got busy, you know. I was blowing in my hands every few minutes, but it was worth it. It was a cool experience, literally, and I'm pretty sure, hopefully, we're going to have a lot more of those experiences.
Right. Of course you will. So tell me a little bit, like, when you went out to New York, you kind of had a jam-packed, like, appearance sessions for you out in New York. Was that planned to happen all at once? Like, when you hit Sway in the Morning and the drive, like, was it planned for you to do everything in one weekend, or did it just kind of fall into place that way?
You know, it just kind of fell into place that way. So at the beginning of the NBA season, when Derek got traded, me and my homies was like, man, it would be dope if we could go catch a Bulls game in New York. So we started looking for tickets, and we just happened to book that Thursday night. And when we booked that Thursday night, I had called my homie DJ Wonder, who produces on Sway in the Morning. Mm-hmm. And I asked him where he would be DJing that weekend. And I told him me and my homies was coming through. We were going to be in New York for the weekend. We were going to kick it, and I wanted to hang out with him. And he was like, man, you want to come on the show? So I was like, I absolutely want to come on the show. So he was like, cool, I'll pencil you in for Friday the 13th. So I was like, all right, bet. And, like, the way Hot 97 came about was, like, incredible because one of Timbuktu's heavy hitter sisters is Megan Wright. And we just booked her to come to Chicago. Me and her got really cool. And I told her that I was coming to New York. And I was asking her what she was DJing just so we could chop it up and I could hang out with her in her environment. And I'm sitting in my office at my desk, and my phone rings and it's DJ Enough, who's like a hip hop legend, like the captain of the heavy hitters. And I'm like, I'm like, man, there's got to be a butt dial. Like, why is Enough calling? Like, Enough wouldn't be calling me. Like, this is fake. So I pick up the phone and I'm like, yo, what up? And he like, iLLa, what's good? And I'm like, okay, so it's not a butt dial. I'm like, yo, what's up, man? And he's like, yo, I heard you coming. You're gonna be in New York. And I'm like, yeah. He was like, when did you touch down? And I told him, and he was like, man, you want to spin on Hot 97?
Nice.
And I was like, yes.
Right.
And that was the first time I ever DJ'd on the radio. Period. Like I never ever been interested in DJing on the radio. So for him to ask me and for it to be probably the #1 hip hop station in the nation,
right?
You know, which is like that's monumental. Like I'm the first Chicago DJ to ever be on Hot 97, and it was so surreal being able to do that. It was so cool. Two totally different vibes though, from Sirius XM to do a FM radio station. Like,
right.
Oh my God, it's so different.
Like when you were on Sway show, did you ever have to fight the urge to say "How Sway"? Did you ever ask him "How Sway"?
Nah, because I think that's super corny. And even when I hear people say that to this day, it's like really, like that's the best you could come up with. Like you just see Sway, you was like "How Sway"? That's lame.
We can't all be as cool. Oh, I'm sure he's sick of it.
And so like being that, like if you know like that he's probably sick of it, because if you heard that interview wasn't a very cool interview, you know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
Like they was lightweight getting into it,
right? So
like to me, that's a nah.
Probably something he wants to put behind him, I'm sure.
Yeah,
and move on with his life.
Like leave that alone.
Yeah. Well, that's dope, and I did catch a little bit of the Hot 97 interview, which was dope, and I know he was, kind of talking about, what it must be like for you in Chicago here, and I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, oh, we love iLLa here. Like I know you guys are new to him in New York, but Chicago loves iLLa. If y'all didn't know, because you've been low key doing this a long time, Jay.
I have. My first weekly event is when I was 20 years old. At Dragon Room, which was the 21 and over club. I think the first time I actually DJ'd in that nightclub, I was 19, and I'm 35 now.
Mm-hmm.
And I started, like, I guess you could say, building my audience at probably about 18, 19. So, but the whole thing about people, quote unquote, loving me in Chicago, you just never know. Since I've been doing it so long here, maybe, and sometimes I feel like people are used to me, and when I go other places or when other people hear me, like I'm the new guy, I'm the fresh style. Like they're not used to hearing the way I play, so I think that's pretty cool. Like quick story with my big brother, the legendary DJ Clark Kent. Clark was so excited when he heard that I was going to be on Hot 97. And when I was on Hot 97, like, he tuned in and he listened. And what's funny is, like, that Saturday night, he actually called me and gave me the big brother tongue lashing. You know what I'm saying? Like, which I thought was cool because he was like, Jay, he was like, the DJ I heard on Hot 97 wasn't iLLa. He was like, if I didn't know you when I heard it, I'd go, oh, dude is cool, he could mix. But I was looking for iLLa. I was looking for that iLLa that was at the Metro doing Timbuktu forever. And I told him I played it very safe on Hot 97, and I didn't play it safe on Sway because that was my third time being on Sway and my first time being on Hot.
I got
and
you.
I figured that I would rather play it safe and play by their rules and
be invited to come back.
Control. Exactly, and be invited to come back, then DJ my way right out of town.
Right.
And but I understood what Clark was saying, and I love the fact that Clark gave me that tongue lashing because even though I'm a veteran in Chicago, like, he's a veteran, period. Like, this dude produced for Biggie, so the fact that he would even take the time to call me and tell me what he thought, like, I'm forever in my big brother's debt. Like, I absolutely love that.
That's what's up. So, I know that hip-hop is very integral in your history and your influence, and I think last year it was Netflix came out with an original movie called The Get Down. Well, it was a series called The Get Down. I know you had to watch The Get Down, right?
Oh, absolutely. I watched it.
But how close was that to your own story? Were you marking on records with your crayon? No.
No, I thought The Get Down was like a beautiful mess.
Okay.
Like, and what I mean by that, like, it was like Wild Style meets